hopefully, okay, please check your stream on YouTube. Okay, I'm doing that first. Hey everybody. I'm also like facing the camera today so I can see a little bit better. So hopefully, I don't know, I'm just trying some new stuff all the time. Let's see. Hello. Hi everyone. Hi. I'm definitely not like a girl that does a lot of like time in front of the camera. That's for sure. Does it say I'm live? I wonder. Live? I don't know. I think I'll have to see again. It's not really clear to me if I'm live. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Okay, that's working. Nice. Okay, great. Hopefully this records. We're making sewing machine covers today. This is like a much anticipated tutorial. They are customized to the size of your machine. I am basing this off of something I found online, and I've made some edits too. Hello, welcome in. I'm just looking to see. The last thing I googled was, is Beyond Meat bad for you? Someone the other day was like, Beyond Meat is so bad for you. And I was like, what is it? I'm trying to find. Okay, it's from Sewing to the Moon. I made some adjustments to do things like easing the corners a little bit better. I am going to be lining this too because I don't want to have to worry about serging my edges or anything like that. So we are making, it's going to be lined. I have my lining done, and then we're going to make the cover together. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll attach them and have a finished sewing machine cover. So if you're interested in sewing along, the dimensions for the panels are in my show notes. So there's 4 panels altogether. You need to know the height, width, and depth of your sewing machine. And then you make your front and back panels. They're the same. And then the 2 side panels also the same, based on your the measurements of your machine, based on my show notes. So Pattern Online said if you have like a super deep machine, to add more to one of the dimensions. My machine, I don't believe to be that deep. I think it's a hefty machine, but not like a massive machine. And I ended up needing to add more. So I'm glad I did that. I ended up needing to add like the full 6 inches, even though I don't consider my machine huge. But I guess it's a big one. I guess I'm just used to it. So we're gonna do that. I just want to show you a few things before we get started too. Next week we're doing the bag pouches that we started last week, so I'll show you that in 1 second. But the week after that, we're gonna do vinyl zipper pouches. Look how stinking cute this is. So this is vinyl, and then it's a zipper pouch. And this pattern's online. It's like 3 different sizes are available. I have a little bit of quilting on it. It's so cute. So if you're afraid of vinyl, or if you're afraid of zippers, 2 weeks from today, we're gonna do that. And I might make some Alexander Henry kits for this too, because it's just like a little window, like a frame for something nice. And I have some Alexander Henry vinyl we could put in here. I think that would be really cool. So that's in 2 weeks. And then the week after that, I have a fully hand sewing project I thought would be interesting and fun. It's a little embroidered pot holder. And the reason I got really excited about this, I'm always embroidering. I always have an embroidery project going. I designed this little casserole situation. And if I was thinking like people for the summer might want a fully hand sewn project. So that might be nice. I'll kit these up. You'll get like this piece that has the drawing on it already for you to just embroider over. This pre-cut. And then this, I wanted a side quest this week. And I went to this store in Philadelphia, and I got these trims. And when I tell you, I'm not a trims girl either usually, but these are like vintage trims. I got 9 of them. There are so many of them. It was like, what do I do with this? This is beautiful. They're all beautiful. I'm going to show you all of them because I'm excited. These ones. So if you're looking for a hand sewing project, look at how cute and vintage this is. So cute. I got 2 yards of each, but they had a ton. And they were so cheap. They were $1 a yard. I'm just going to tell you because I'm trying to get my money back for buying things, but if I kit something up, I'm not going to like scam you on it. It's so cute. And they're so, like, the brights are bright. Like, this is like a Tula. This feels like a Tula trim. It's so pretty. Right, I know. And I know, yeah, if you're sitting at the beach and you want just like a hand project, look at this little one. It's so sweet. So I figured if you're sitting at the beach this summer, the embroidery piece took me, I know, they're all amazing. The embroidery piece took me about 3 hours to do. I'm not like super, super fast. But I'm like medium fast. And then the rest of the sewing together took me like probably an hour. Maybe I think half an hour, because I was like, I could do this on live. It's only half an hour. Really just tacked this down around the corners and stuff. It was super easy. So I'll run those kits, I don't know, maybe next week. So yeah, so that's that. That's what that is. That's 3 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today, we're doing vinyl zippy pouches. I'll run those kits next week. I also have a thing for Pyrex, and I think I'll do a few that are Alexander Henry vinyl inside here too, clear vinyl, and then maybe an Alexander Henry in the back, so we might have some fun stuff to work with. Because I like buying it, and then I don't really know what to do with. Vinyl bag, and then you'll be like ready to work with vinyl. It's really not that scary. You just end up making your needle pretty dull. So that's what's coming. This is what's next week. It's this little zippy pouch. What's the fabric of a Dumbo? That's a great question. I bought it off of Whatnot. I'll show you. If you want to take a screenshot and look it up online, it's just like a bunch of cute little like movie posters. I got it on Whatnot, and I've also seen it a few times on Whatnot. So if you want to take a screenshot of this and see if you can find it online, but I've definitely seen a few sellers with it. It's really cute. I can also kit that up when we get a little closer too. And then here are the little bags. I have one more thing to show you, which is we did these last week. We kitted up some of the bags, and I know they were popular and fun. But this line of fabric came out, and it's really nice. Hey Terry, look at this. This is, oh no, I know what it is. I do know what it is. Legendary Love. I know, isn't it gorgeous? Legendary Love. What is it? Oh no, they just have like cute quotes on it. I kept the little things so that I wouldn't forget. Ugh. Okay, well, it's a new line. It's really pretty. Those are the hero prints of the collection for sure. Super, super pretty. The whole collection is gorgeous. I picked some of that up, and I picked up a whole charm pack, and I have a few of these bags kitted with this stuff, if anyone's interested. If anyone's going to be somewhere else by the end of the show, I'm happy to run one, and otherwise I'll just run them all at the end of the show. So that's what I'm up to. I know, these are amazing. What is it? It's going to drive me nuts that I can't remember. It's Moda. Legendary Love by Moda. So, super pretty. Okay, cool. We're going to get started with this. Yeah, the tutorial online is from Sewing to the Moon. And I think the pattern's okay. And I'm excited to make it better with you guys and show you how I made it better. And so in my show notes, it tells you the dimensions of what you're going to be cutting. You have to measure your machine. So when you measure your machine, if you have, like my machine, you can see my bobbins, not my bobbins, my thread rest back here. And you definitely want to take that into account when you're measuring the depth of your machine. Hey, Sabrina, is it tennis day? So get your machine measurements, and then you're going to calculate what you need for fabric based on that. The lady online, the tutorial said half a yard. I used more than half a yard. I'm usually like super, hopefully it's not too like ugly once they do start. So I have the measurements of my machine. My machine's 12 inches high, 18 inches long, and 8 inches deep. So I'm cutting 2 pieces of front and back, which is the height of my machine, plus, it's all in my show notes, don't worry. It's the height of my machine, and plus a minimum of 3.5 or a maximum of 6 if you have a bigger machine. I do have a bigger machine, apparently. I think it's a medium machine. I don't think it's a massive machine. I think it's It's not small. Okay, it's probably a big machine. I don't know. It's a big-ish machine. It's not like extra large. So I'm adding the full 6 inches. So I have my height, which is 12, plus 6, so 18, by the length, which is 18, plus 1.5. It's in my show notes, so don't stress out. You can take a screenshot of my show notes, and in the YouTube I'll put the description. Why am I using this boring fabric? This is black. It's that's speckled. It's got some like. It's because I'm gonna put a ton of fabric stamps on it. I just want to make like a Halloween sewing machine cover for Halloween time, and I'm gonna put a bunch of fabric stamps on it. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, the Givey. I'm sorry, I had one more thing to say. Let me run a Givey because I forgot. I can do it on here. It's probably easier. Giveaway. I'll tell you what the giveaway is. Because we're doing 2 zipper pouches in a row, the additional 3.5 on the sides is the top. So it's the height of the machine. So basically what's going to be happening is it's going to be, I'll bring my machine over to this part. Because you're going to come up and wrap over the top of your machine. So it's at least 3.5. If your machine's a little bit of a bigger machine, you might want some extra, more than 3.5. I'm putting a full 6 on it because like I've got my threads back here. I guess it's bigger. So I'm doing the full 6, but between 3.5 and 6 extra for the height, by the length of the machine plus 1.5. Is this piece big enough for either of those dimensions? No, we're gonna use that for the other part. That was a backing I used. We're gonna put a bunch of stamps on it. And so the Givey this week, because we're doing zippy bags, we're gonna do zippy bag charms, little charms you can put on your zipper pulls. So that'll be cute. You'll see what they are when someone wins. It's either food or tarot cards, so you get to pick. All right, I'm gonna cut my first 2 pieces. If you're making a lining, you're making basically 2 of what we're making right now. So just make 2 of the same sewing machine covers, and then we'll assemble them at the same time. So if you like getting all your cutting done at once because you don't have your cutting station open all the time, that's fine. You can just cut for 2 of the exact same bags, and then they really are like a bag, 2 of the exact same covers, and then you'll attach them at the end. I'm gonna do like a rough cut here because I'm working with pretty limited space. Sometimes I just cut the material down a little bit and then get it like what it's actually supposed to be. So let's turn this off. I usually have my machine on a different table in back of me, so I'm just gonna whack a bunch of this off. I've never cut on, I don't think I've cut any of my stuff out before, but you're gonna have to do this too, so. There's 12 people in here, so if anyone has any shows coming up anytime soon and you want to promote, feel free to. I'm obviously not competing with any sellers here. It's not what I'm trying to do. All right, so my pieces need to be 19.5 by 18 because that's the size for my machine. Yeah, this is really tight in here. It's annoying. I know Stasa has her first show tonight, and that's exciting. It's all Tula Pink and Alexander Henry. I'm really excited for that. It's 19.5. I'm going to say it out loud a lot because I'm trying to multitask here. And this is going to be 18 wide. I'm cutting 2 at once for, I don't know. Hello. How are you feeling, Mega? How's your recovery going? She had a big allergic to spring reaction today, she said. Groggy. Yep. That stuff will get you, that's for sure. 19.5 by 18. Bump this back. Yeah, I just gotta pack everything up. I obviously don't ship a lot, but my wife's a reseller and she sells a lot. So our house is like always in a state of needing things shipped out constantly. But it was good for me to like, it's like not scary for me to ship stuff, even though I only ship a little bit. She like, She loves doing it because she loves giving people gifts. So she gets all excited about, like, I don't know, putting in freebies and stuff. It's like her love language is gift giving. Part of her love language is gift giving. All right, so these are my two pieces for the front and the back. I cut them both at once, based on the measurements in my show notes. I'm like, there's 20 seconds left on the Givey. If you're not in the Givey, jump in the Givey. I'm gonna pull my chalk out while that is happening. Because it's black, I'm gonna use a chalk marker. Thanks for the share. That's not a chalk marker, that's literally the opposite. That's a Sharpie. Oh my gosh, 5 seconds on the Givey. Hop in if you're not in there. Yeah, we're doing bag charms for the Givey. Mega, oh my gosh, congratulations. Do you want tarot or food charm? You're all prepped for the bag class, so tarot, okay. In the case of tarot, I'm just gonna pick one because A, I don't know what they all are, and B, that's how you pick tarot. Tarot surprise. These back. My wife's doing charm shows, and I got a bunch of cute silver ones because she only does gold right now. Okay. Ooh, yeah. It's the moon. It says the chaos. No, the cards tell me you're full of it. Oh my god, there's Sassy Tarot. Whoa, that's funny. Sassy Tarot. That's even better. I didn't even look at them. I got them at Joann's. Congratulations on your Sassy Tarot Givey, Mega. I want to know what the other ones say now, so I guess we're gonna have to do like 10 Giveys, and everyone's only getting tarot. Yeah, you're welcome. It's just gonna come in an envelope. All right, so I have these two panels done, and now I'm gonna do my side panels. So I'll show you on the one that I have. This is my lining. So it really is kind of hard to show. So the side panel, this means nothing without a sewing machine. This is really meaningless. I'm gonna put this. So this is its skirt. Put it on its head. So the front panels go, up the front of the machine, and the two panels will meet up here with the hole for the handle to come out if you're taking it on a walk. And then the side panels are exactly what they sound like. They're just side panels. And we're going to round to ease this corner. So that might help explain what we're making. All right. Side panels are... Wow, I can't believe I didn't even read those before I was like, they're the Givey. The side panels are the height of your machine plus 1.5, and then the depth of your machine plus 1.5. So nothing to really worry about too much there. There's no if it's bigger, do this. And I think the tutorial online that I'm using wasn't as generous with I think she says only plus 1 or plus 1/2 or something. Hey, Sinrag. And I just cut it a little bit bigger because I'd rather have my machine be too small than be disappointed. I mean, I'd rather have it be too big than come out a little bit too small, and that would be so disappointing and frustrating. And I'm going to cover this with fabric stamps to make it really cute later. That's kind of my plan. Halloween ones. I'm starting to slowly accumulate my Halloween fabric. 'Tis the season. So this is for me 9.5 by 13.5 based on my dimensions. And I'm cutting 2 at once. So I have my 2 side panels, 1 and 2, and I have my 2. Oh yeah, with your Marshalls bags. I hope you have enough quote unquote yardage from your Marshalls bag. And if you wanted to do the side panel in something else, that's totally... Why did it get so... Oh, it's when I'm holding up the black. If you have enough, if you don't have enough and you want to do the side panel and literally anything else, that's fine. Another option is, because in this, I'm showing you how to do this lined, what you could do is put a back on this, not a back, a piece of batting on these, and then free motion quilt it, or do some sort of straight line quilting, whatever you want. to give it a little bit like more stiffness. This is literally just going to be a bag that goes over my machine to stop it from being dusty. Not that I feel like I don't take a day off of sewing, but whatever. So I've got these two panels were cut. So you have to figure out what's the top of your panel. The top, or like the top / bottom, rather than the side to side. When you measured, you got the length of your machine plus 1.5. The side that is that dimension is your top and bottom. The side that's the height plus whatever 3.5 or 6 or whatever you needed to use, that is the side. So for me, my length of my machine, no, my height of my machine was 12 inches. I added 6. That's the 18. So that's my side. And then the top is, the top panels are the ones that are the length of my machine plus 1.5. And we're going to be taking these, folding them down, folding the top, quote unquote, whatever you decide to be the top edge down 1/2 inch, and just pressing that. From the estate sale I went to today. What did you find? Hopefully something good. Everyone's just here to hang out on this Thursday. I just put my pressing mat right in front of me and you can't see it. Very beautiful fabric. We love very beautiful fabric. Do you go to estate sales for other reasons? Because I feel like the only thing I want to look for in an estate sale is fabric, and how do I find out if they're gonna have fabric at it? I'm just pressing the top edge of this down 1/2 inch. If you don't want to do a lining and you want like an inside that looks finished, you could do 2 folds down so that you have like a finished edge there. But this is going to be lined. I've been to a lot of yard sales, but nothing that has ever advertised itself as an estate sale. So just pressing this down 1/2 inch. Sorry you can't see my ironing board today, but this is, I think, the only pressing we're really going to be doing. So the top edge is just getting pressed down 1/2 inch. Also, I know you can't smell it in here today, but I have some of the wax melts from Hattie, and they smell very good. I think I'm done cutting. I'm done cutting for a minute. I'm definitely done with this. Ooh, one with a feathery tomorrow. That's fun. Who are the estate sales are going to contact me? That's cool. You have an in now. That's really nice. You got to get an in with the estate sale people. All right, I'm bringing my machine over. And I'm just going to be, the edge I just folded down, I just pressed that over. I'm just going to be sewing down this. I'm going to be sewing so that the wrong side's facing me, and so that I can see, and just kind of just sew right down this line with a top stitch, just so that it's folded over and it's not going to be flopping around in the breeze. When I'm top stitching, I always bump up my stitch length so it looks a little bit nicer, but this is black on black, so I'd love to get a featherweight and learn how to fix it. Oh, my needle's not threaded. I think it's when I put the cover on. It pulled up on the thread. Let's sew this thing. Oops. It's not involved right now, which can get annoying. One of my friends gets a bunch of old sewing machines and fixes them up. It sounds fun. I'd like to be able to service my own machine. I don't think it would be very hard. Bougie part of town. It's tough because they have good stuff, but they might be higher prices. It's part of the concern. And then like the others, I don't know. It depends on your style. All right. Try again. The nice thing about the fabric selling world, is that there's so much fabric out there and not everybody can have all of the fabric. right, so I just sewed this. You can't. It's hard to see. I just sewed this down so that it's like a nice finished looking edge here because this will be the top and that's where the handle's going to come up. So we want it to look like kind of finished. All right, got that one done. Let me just do the top of my other front and back panels. I guess black doesn't read super well. That was kind of silly of me to choose black. Oh well. Are you guys neighbors? Would you have gone to the same estates? Oh, it didn't look like a one you're going to as yardage. Might be worth it for like pre-cuts and stuff. Leaf quilters certainly keep an eye on pre-cuts. We hold on to our pre-cut bundles. That's what I mean to say. All right. I'm going to take a second to look at my machine. I already did this, but so I know that it's kind of like hang out like this. It looks pretty good. The handle of my machine is here. And I want it to be, so from one edge, it's about 8 inches. And from the other edge, it's 6 inches. Because this is going to be reversible basically. I'm going to have an opening that starts 6 inches from both edges rather than do the 8 and then have to figure out I just want it to be reversible. So I'm measuring 6 inches just based on where the handle is on my machine. If you don't want to put a gap for your handle in, that's fine too. I'm going to bump this one over a little. Is this 6 really? Maybe like 5. It's going to be a larger opening, but I'd rather not it's going to be reversible, so that'll be nice. Emailed them before I went, and it was a big black trash bag. Ooh, spooky. I'm going to put those same pins in my other piece of fabric, my other front panel, 5 inches. It just smells like old people. When we buy vintage fabric, we're all expecting it to smell like old people, right? Like we all kind of know that it might be old people smell. I'd rather have it smell like old people than for it to be washed. Personally. All right, and now I'm taking these 2 panels and putting them right sides together. I'm going to keep the little pin in that was 5 inches from the edge based on where I want the handle opening to be. And also, Stas, I saw you hop in. Hello, if you're still here. And I'm going to just pin the edge. So now I'm going to sew from the raw edge to the part where I want my opening to start. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side for now. So I'm just going to take this pin out. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, let me know. It's the end of my day. My Ritalin wears off at the end of the day. So if I'm not saying all the things I need to be saying, let me know. It's hard too because I can't I teach a lot, and so I can see what my students are doing and correct them and stuff. And I'm sure you're just watching and following along. And I'm using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to sew up to the pin mark that I decided where I want my handle opening to start. And that's totally based on your machine. And then I am going to backstitch here. And that's it. And if you have a show coming up, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm always happy to buy fabric. I'm happy to look at fabric. I do work at a quilt store, so I don't buy a ton on here, but I try to support where I can. And if I see something I'm probably never going to see again, sometimes it's my favorite thing in the world, backstitching. I'll get it, but it's hard when I have a lot of fabric at my disposal at all times. But I'm always happy to hang out and blow up your chat. All right, so I have the opening here. I crimson again, and then these 2 front and back. Yeah, and yeah, so the 2 front panel and back panel, here they are. They're attached to each other. That's all I've done so far. I am going to press the seam open, I think. The interesting thing about Whatnot is some people are certainly shopping quilt shop fabric and want to know, and also there's prints that come from like that were, I don't know, came from Hobby Lobby in the 1990s that like are literally never going to be seen again, and that makes it also valuable. Like if you find the right buyer for that print or that exact fabric, like I don't know, I see prints and I don't even think about the quality. Some prints or like some fabrics, you know. All right, just press these open. Here's the front and back piece attached to each other. I press my seam open, and I've got my little handle hole here. They have some cute fabric, and I don't shop there. Some of it doesn't. Yeah, plenty of shows though are like, no idea who this is, but it's cute, it's vintage or whatever it is. All right, I'm gonna focus for a second on my side panels. I have 2 of them, and I'll just do one at a time. The first thing I'm going to do is mark the center. I'm just going to fold it in half. I'm going to finger crease it, I'm marking it on the right side right now. All right, and the next thing I'm doing is not what the pattern online said to do, but this helped me a lot. So I'm measuring in from. Come here. Let's see. Sorry, seasickness. I'm measuring 3 inches down from my top corner. Can't really quite see it. It has like mobility issues. Okay. I'm measuring 3 inches down from my top corner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And 3 inches over here. And I'm just going to draw a line, like an arced line. Come on, Chuck. Oh my god, it just all came out at once, of course. This, I get like a cutting board from my parents as gifts, usually once at Christmas. It's probably where this one's from. I think this one's from Joann's. This is a Fiskars brand. They last a decent amount of time. Whoa. Did you get a lot? So I'm going over again from this side, 1, 2, 3 inches, making a little mark. Going down 1, 2, 3 inches, making a little mark. I know, it's so cute. I wish it was more organized. It'd be fun to do a tour. Sasa, I also thought I was going to be at the shop today and could show you some stuff that I have made recently with Tula. And I'm not at the shop today because my dog is a menace. He has not gone to bed before 1 o'clock the last 2 nights for some reason. He's turned into a party animal. So I am not at the shop. I'm at my house with the dog. Yeah, so yeah, you can see that pretty well. And so I just have this line, this like arced line here. It's very vaguely arced. And it's just going to help ease those corners a lot when we're going around the corner because we're about to take 3 pieces of fabric pretty much and make it into a 3D shape. Hey, Hattie, I was just talking about you because no one can tell what it smells like in here, but it smells like wax melts. It smells so good. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to this side panel. I'm going to mark the middle point. I have zesty. It smells certainly zesty. So I fold it in half, mark the middle point. This is the this is like the measurement that's based on the depth of the machine. And I'm going 3 inches over, marking. I love a citrus smell. 1, 2, 3. 3 inches down this way. Always smells clean. And then we're just gonna go kind of making like an arced line here. If you want to use like a roll of tape that you have or something, just so that it's like a nice whoop, here, just like a nice curved line. I'm certainly not an artist. 1, 2, 3. And again, this is just going to help. It's kind of like putting a sleeve on a shirt. Nice. All right, so I've marked both of those. I'm going to zoom you back out a little bit here. It is certainly a space investment to have a sewing room versus not a sewing room. Let's do I'm gonna pin right now, so I'm gonna run a giveaway because I'm about to be pinning for a while. So hop in the giveaway. We're doing little charms you can put on your zippers, little zippy charms, and they're tarot cards. I think we're just doing tarot cards to examine read the rest of them. Okay. So now I have these two pieces of the front and the back panel that I sewed together, and I have these marked up side panels. And so I'm going to take one of my side panels, and the first thing I'm going to do is pin that center mark that I just made, right sides together, on that seam that runs across the top of where I connected the front and back panels together. So that's the first pin I'm putting in. I think when I don't have any children, and once I have children, I think that this will not be a sewing room anymore. I think this will be a child's room. And so you can see I have the it's a little hard to see, the chalk line there that kind of goes down, and I'm using that as my guide. I'm going to be pinning this side of the long side down. I'm starting at, so I've got the seam here between the front and the back panel, and I'm just going to be pinning this around that curve and then down the side. And your sides probably won't match up, and that's okay. And you're also, because you're doing a curve with something flat, a curve along something flat, you might have a couple little puckers, and it is okay. That's really cute, Stasa. That's really cute. We have a 3-bed, and we live in the city, so this will certainly be a children's room. But the basement's like partially finished, so it's not a bad option. And that's like years. Like, they need like a full room. No one's pregnant. So I'm just easing around that curve. I'm actually putting, I should get this a little bit better in view. I'm putting a lot of pins in here, so I can really ease along there. I don't usually pin a ton. I'm not like a huge pinner of things. I always say if it's longer than the length of my hand, I'll pin it, but with something that's curved like this, you do definitely want to get a bunch of pins in there. So I pinned right, like that curve is that curve that I just drew. And now I'm just going to finish pinning down the side. So I'm attaching my front and back panels to my side. Up in the giveaway, even if you're just passing through, we love giving gifts here. And we all want to see what the tarot card says, because they're sassy tarot cards, you guys. Or if you, I'll give you a food one if you would prefer a food one. All right. I'm going to go back up to the top where I started with that center mark at the center mark of the side panel at the seam the singular seam I've sewn so far. And I have my curved line here. So I'm starting there and just easing around the curve. It's important to start at the top and not the bottom because the top and bottom don't line up. Sabrina, is tennis like a long, like, I feel like baseball is a long thing you have to watch. Like swim meets long. Basketball game, fast. Like, is tennis long or short? I don't know. Might fall asleep. Work at 4 a.m. Geez. Okay, so hopefully this will be on YouTube. We'll see, and we'll see you in your show, Salem. Oh, that makes sense. Like the whole team has to do a match, right? That's kind of a lot. Sounds very sunny. Okay. That also makes sense. I don't know if there's any actual fast. I guess I think of basketball as kind of fast. Soccer is like, it's like finite at least. I feel like some of these things can go on forever in kids' sports. We're just pinning this all together. 20 seconds on that Gibby. Hop in if you haven't. I win Gibbies all the time, like constantly. So I feel like I just want to give back a little bit. So this is all pinned up. I've got these are my front and my back panels here, and then I've pinned my side panel to them. I think that was like a pretty good demonstration of what I just did. All right, Gibby's giving. What do we got? Electric disco machine. I'm guessing you want a tarot card. To my kids' soccer teams last season, it was beyond exhausting. Yeah, you're like running around. Tarot card or food? I do have ice cream, soda, hamburger, cupcake. I can show you that if you want. Tarot, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna pick one at random. This one's really cute. It's not a tarot card, but it is really cute. It's like a little like a gazing ball with like a little like planet inside. It's really cute. I love these. That one's not sassy. Maybe there's only one sassy one and Mega just happened to draw it today. Disco. Okay. Now I'm gonna sew this. I just pinned it all up and I'm gonna sew it. If this did not post to YouTube, I'm doing this again because this is ridiculous. I'm starting at, it doesn't matter which end I'm starting at. And I'm going to go nice and slow because one, I have a lot of pins in, and two, I'm going around a curve. And I'm using a 1/2 inch seam allowance here. It's kind of hard to like understand these, like creating something 3D out of fabric is like a little bit confusing to me. Really had to like do it, get my hands on it. Coming up on my curve, you're gonna have little wrinkles just because of the nature of what you're making. And it will also be okay. If you have a big wrinkle, like stop and fix that, but Soster Sue. I like the word soster. Better than sower or sewer. Yay! Thank you, Bonnie, for checking. I wonder if anyone's watching on YouTube. I have no idea. It's not my business right now. I always say that when like I could check something, but I don't really want to. I always say, that's not my business. That's none of my business. If someone's mad at me for something I like don't really feel responsible for, that is not my business. Not that I really don't have like people mad at me in my life. It's not my business what they think of me. Oops, I don't want to take that pin out yet. Oh well. I have this huge fear of breaking a needle and then the needle comes out and hits me in my eye and then I go blind. I'm wearing my glasses today, so that shouldn't happen. So I should be able to sew over my pins. I don't mind replacing my needle. It probably needs to be replaced anyways. But we're just going around this. Why is that? Why am I so scared of that? Because I've been hit in the face plenty of times. Because I'm an idiot. I sew a lot. So that happened to me 2 inches from my eyeball. See? And it's not just pins, I guess, just like up your chances of breaking your needle. See it? That just made a scary noise. I hate it. I feel like quilt retreats, constant injuries. You need like a nurse on site for quilting retreats. I am the nurse on site for your quilt retreats. I am the one that has to drive people to the emergency room when they cut themselves. And there's like pins everywhere. People dropping their pins. Retreats are scary. My mom and I used to go to retreats together. And I was like young, like 20. And obviously everyone was like 70. All right, so I've gone around that little seam. I'm gonna, I guess I could have done this before where I drew that curve. I'm just gonna snip my seam allowance. Because I drew that curve and then this is all like extra. My hair, oh, that's scary. That sounds like a nightmare. I don't have long hair anymore. But when I had long hair, I know it would get caught. Has your hair ever got caught in a blow dryer? That was like one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me in my life. That's a big privileged statement I just made, but I really don't like hair getting caught and stuff. It's really gross. All right, I'm putting my little thing down so we can try this on. Kind of see where we're at. It's funny to be trying on the sewing machine that we're using to make the thing. I'm not ironing these seams. I'm not doing it. I'm not ironing a curved seam today on a 3D object. you're welcome to. Go for it. I'd be so happy for you. I'm not doing it. So it goes on. Let's see, where are we? Yeah. This will go up. That's nice. Here. Yeah. We got somewhere here. And then it does come around. If at this point you notice that this is going to be way too big, like if you're way out here, just trim it. Mine seemed like, oh no, am I going to lose it with the seam allowance when I was at this point too? I know it's like extra long here, but it's kind of like just coming up here. It was totally fine. So I'm happy with this. Even though it's kind of ugly, I just do want to stress to you, I'm going to be covering it in fabric stamps for Halloween. Or some sort of like Halloween applique. So I feel good about this. It looks good. I feel good to add the other side on. Okay, so here's how I feel about having short hair. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could have long braids right now. And then, but that's like happens to me like once every 2 months. I feel a little bit sad about about it not being long. I'm just gonna trim this in advance this time, so I don't have to do it when it's all connected. And then, but most of the time, I'm really happy. So like, you will feel regret and sadness every once in a while, and also just like see how much that balances out with your happiness, because my happiness is like exponentially more about my hair than it used to be. All right. Again, I'm taking the seam here, that one seam that we sewed at the beginning. Started turning gray and trying to grow it out while it's gray. That's fine. It feels like a celebration of your grays. And then I have that center mark, and I'm gonna pin it starting at the top at the center mark. I'm excited for my grays. I saw someone at a coffee shop the other day who had the same haircut as me and had a ton of grays. And I was like, was your hair the same color as mine before you went gray? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. And I'm going to be easing around that curved line that we drew with my pins. How old were you when you started going gray crimson? 27. Yeah, that's when I noticed my first gray hairs. Oh, I have my rooster shirt on today. Chickens. They're roosters. But it's a rooster shirt in celebration of, I don't know, fabric sellers. Everyone just echolallias each other and screams chickens whenever there's chickens fabric. That's really nice. I'm glad. That's what I want for myself too, is to not have to worry about coloring it. It's got a little bit darker in here. Try to reset yourself here. Okay, that's better. Okay. We always want, everyone loves chicken fabric. I am included in that. I also love chicken fabric. And I don't have like a particular interest in being farmy. But I do love chicken fabric. Why is that? I like a lot of like outdoorsy fabric, even though I'm not very outdoorsy. I just live in the city, so like I spend plenty of time outside. Like I probably walk like 3 miles a day, but it just happens to be in the city. And I don't feel the need to walk more in the woods. I'm pretty allergic to mosquitoes. I don't know. I'm fine where I am. I'm like happy and get a lot of vitamin D. So like I don't want more. But I really like outdoorsy fabric. Really gives me I don't know what it is. Like cottagey stuff. I guess it's cottagecore kind of stuff. I'm gonna start at the top again and ease my way around this. 20 chickens and 18 chicks. Holy moly. That's a lot. I'm so curious why people do this, because I have no interest. So like no judgment. I'm just so curious about what motivates people to be chicken people. I think it's fascinating. My aunt's a chicken person. My aunt's a doomsdayer though, so that's the only like motivation I've ever really seen. Cows and chickens and geese. Ooh, you got some house fabric. Yeah, fabric with houses, fabric with chickens. It's all like everyone loves it. I have a goose tattoo. I can't show you because I'm wearing pants and it's on my upper thigh. But I do have a goose tattoo. Yeah, why do I no I know okay, the goose is not wildlife. It's like a silly goose. It's in a bathtub. My wife and I got matching tattoos when we got married, silly goose tattoos. I'm home. Where were you traveling to? Ah, Goose the dog. There's a dog in my neighborhood named Goose too. So cute. Everyone's a goose. Were you shopping or just traveling? They're good things to have tattoos of. Very recognizable things. I love like things. I don't know. I like fabric that's like buying fabric. No filter shots here in Miami. You're in Miami. Ooh, and you went all the way to LA for fabric. That's nice. Yeah, I like fabric that's like has like stuff like lines. I like it, but I love things. I love things. I love fabrics that have nouns on them. All right, we're all pinned up. If I'm buying fabric from you, it probably has a noun on it. All pinned up. I'm not using novelty fabric for this because I'm going to cover it in novelty things. Bring this over. My machine is so heavy. It's made of metal. And we're going to just start at whatever end and sew it up. Saucy, you never told me why you have so many chickens. Are you a doomsdayer prepper? I go through doomsday prep like moments of my life where I like make an Amazon cart filled with like all my doomsday stuff, and then I don't do anything about it. Also, no judgment, and also you don't have to share. You can just say I like chickens, and that's like a really reasonable answer. Like my dog doesn't provide us any services for me. You know, I just like having my dog. That's like enough of a reason to do anything. Moved out to the country. He's approaching his 40s and having a midlife crisis. He has turned. I like eggs just enough. I go through like a dozen every other week. All our acreage was turned into farms. Pigs. Okay. If I were to get an animal, it would be a pig because they're so smart and cute. But that is a full-time job. Are you doing all the care here? Who's doing the care here? I hope he's doing the care since he seems to be the one who initiated this. I'm taking my pins out as I go because I'm afraid of stabbing my eye. 12-year-old boy, my husband do it after work and before school. Wow. Good for them. That's really sweet. I did not know this about you. And that's really nice. It's so fun, like, I love being in the fabric community because you immediately have so much to talk about with somebody if they're also into fabric. Nice. But you also get to like meet people, like all sorts of different people, because everyone has interests outside of fabric too. Like, I don't know. I don't think like I just think like I don't know everyone's age and everyone's like backgrounds and stuff, but like I don't know what others. I teach a lot, like I've said, and I just get to like I think my world would be a lot more insular if I weren't, you know, getting out in the fabric community, and I get to like experience a lot of other people's opinions and hear from them. That's what husbands and kids are for. I'm the handy person in this relationship. We talked about this the other night. I'm the handy person, and I don't like being the handy person. Like the AC's got to go in tonight. I gotta lug that thing up the stairs. We have some good, yeah, for No, listen, maybe if I had a husband who was interested in that, I would I would have chickens too, but I just know that like as the handy person, yeah, the parts person, like that just massively adds to my workload of handy things, and I don't want that. Maybe that's why I don't like have any interest in getting farm animals. Two of our best friends just got two goats, and that's like so interesting to me. I'm in Philadelphia. I don't. I mean, I leave the city to go to the suburbs, but I'm certainly not a farm or country girl at all. Nice. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I do. I do like. I mean, we split dog care big time, but I do a lot of the cat care. I do all the cat poo. You know, just the handy person. All right. Well, I guess we should try her on. California. It's a big state. Galveston. Oh no. That's Texas? Okay. That's like that big port. There's a big port in Texas, right? For like cruise ships. Oh, it's an island off of Texas. I didn't know it was an island. I learned something new. There it is. It's on. This is where the flap comes up. I probably won't use it very much. Oh, not the cover, the flap. But it like fits. It's a little. Why is it? What's the black? It's a little long. I'm gonna trim this, and then I'm gonna get it connected to the other one that I did, Power of TV Magic. And it'll be all lined up. So that's nice. I'm just gonna lay out these two. You really can't see that. So like where the side panel, my front and back pieces ended up being a little long. So I'm just gonna take where they kind of meet. Here, you can see that extra front and back piece. And I'm gonna trim that. Art community. That's what I understand too. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to know much about other parts of Texas. Moreno Valley between Palm Springs and LA. That seems like a lovely place to live. I'm just going to take my ruler and line it up to where those two edges are. Just trim this piece right off. Lovely. Scrappies. I save all my little scrappies. Like that's not a useful scrap to me, but I save all of them because I stuff them into dog beds for charity. That's what we do. You just take your like upholstery fabric you're not sure what you're gonna do with, make it into a sack and fill it with your scraps. Give it to the shelter. Dog bed. Alright. Well, that's all trimmed up. So now I don't want this. It's so big for this little workspace. I've got this one, and this is my lining. And I'm gonna, I guess it doesn't really matter which way. I'll turn, this one's a little bit bigger, so I'll turn this one inside out. I think it's a little bit bigger. I am making a sewing machine cover. It is based off of a pattern posted on Sewing to the Moon. That's a free pattern. The show notes have the dimensions of how you cut your fabric. And I think this will be on my YouTube. This is the first time I think I've successfully streamed to YouTube. So thanks for coming in. I'm just putting the lining and the exterior together. So I think we're almost actually done, which is wild. And also it's a social hour. I am going to pin, I am going to pin at the seams so that those line up at least. I never really considered myself to ever want to be on YouTube, but a lot of people have asked that I do this. So my YouTube is Reed_makes. And that's where all my tutorials should be moving forward. Let's do a final seam giddy. And the Givies for a zipper pull charm. We have tarot that are maybe sassy, and we have food. Because we're doing, the next 2 classes are going to be zippy bags. And so it's fun to have the little charms to add onto your zipper. Ouch, zipper pull. Don't elbow it. I'm putting these closer. The giveaway picture is our dog Squash in this bag I just made. I made a bag that we could carry him around in. The bag is the Poolside Tote by Noodlehead. It's really nice. It was a great make. It was really fun. Maybe I can show you after. All right, this is all pinned up. I didn't put a lot of pins in. I do need to leave a gap so that I can turn it right side in. So I'm going to put, whenever I need to leave a gap, I just take one of these flat pins because I hate using them, and I put it horizontally so I know to stop. Little fun tip. I guess I don't want my gap to be right in the front. My gap be on the side. Stupid. All right. And they're not, I can't call them tarot cards. I guess I can call them something else. Magic rectangles. All right, I'm going to start at where I'm going to be turning. I'm going to use, I think this was pretty long looking, so I'm going to use a decent seam allowance on this. And this way I don't need to worry about, I think the tutorial on, the tutorial I've been referring to has you like serge the bottom before and then turn it. So lining it means you don't have to serge anything. Everything will kind of hang out together. And if you wanted to do one of these panels, like if you wanted to quilt your fabric while you were doing this, you'd quilt. I would quilt the panels and then make the pouch is how I would do it. So I'd quilt my exterior panel with just the exterior fabric and the batting, and then assemble the whole thing. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. We're doing burgers tonight. That sounds nice. Plant burgers. You did it? Wait, you did what? You made it? The Marshalls bags. Oh my god, yay! Congratulations, Sabrina. I want to see it. Can you send me a picture and then I can hold it up for the class? It's slippery, yeah. I really want shrimp fried rice now. That sounds so good. And I want to see Sabrina's thing. Okay. Once the Gibby runs, I'll do that. And now I did leave a gap somehow. I remembered to do that. I'm going to turn it inside out as I go. Sabrina, did you make the one layer? Yeah, I didn't iron anything. Or are you going to line it, you think? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the instructions say to like zigzag stitch on the parts that will be like visible. Get in the Gibby if you haven't. For 2 of you in here, 8 people in the Gibby. I want to give you these charms. I don't want all of them. I like what it was like a Joanne. It's like 80% off of their Halloween stuff. So, which is really exciting, but I don't need 6 charms. I need like 1. Dust proof. Nice. Yeah, hemming the bottom is definitely the same as exactly what I'm doing. I'm excited to see it. Okay. But I'm gonna fuss with this until the Gibby pulls. I'm gonna pin these together up here for now. I might do a little bit of stitching around the zipper hole opening. And then I'm gonna look to see if you sent me a picture. Good job. You didn't even ask any questions. She's a pro. Good work, Sabrina. Gibby's pulling. I'll pin these. Desharee, do you want a magic card or do you want a food item? You can pick your food item. I won't pick that one out of the bag. But if you want a magic card / tarot, that one will be random. If she doesn't respond, I might have someone just tag her. I'm just fussing with this while we get that going. Okay, sent, great. Almost done fussing with this. This is really just a bag in a bag. I use the wide back, so it's they're both pretty slippery too, but not thick. Okay. I'm gonna look at this. I'm tagging Desharee. Oh, I don't know how to spell this. There you go. It was you. Mystical. Okay, cool. Let's pull that, and then we'll see what Sabrina got us up to. I'm gonna pull random. These are fun because I get to just toss it in an envelope. No worries. Ooh, eye hand. That's cute. I'm always doing something else while I'm listening to Whatnot. I'm always like up to something. Really cute. And this will come with a what you. I might if you get this in a blank card so that you can use the card in the future. I like the cards, but I'm like, it seems kind of silly to waste. Okay. I think I do want to press this. Oh wait. Sabrina. Don't worry about it. Wait, can I look at this while I'm in the show? Minimize show. Okay, cool. All these questions. Activity, messages. I can't iron. I didn't iron at all. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that with the little like bag on the side. Mega got the only snarky one. That's right, for some reason. That's really cute. And these are Marshall's bags. That's so cute. That's really cute. Good work. And now you have something to cover your machine with. I'm going to press out these my edges here. She finished before me, and I'm teaching. I feel like this is something a lot of people want to learn, but like never really take the time to do. I didn't have to line it. I know. I'm being silly. I want to do this so bad, and you know how to do it. Like even if you don't use that one, which you should, because it looks great. It's like making a muslin, basically. Super fun. And you can have them be seasonal. This one's going to be my Halloween one. I'm going to start adding Halloween stamps once I start making Halloween stamps. Mega but I purchased from Mega a really nice Alexandria Henry Halloween fabric. So many tutorials. And honestly, like, I get to fronge it up so that you don't have to. Like, the first one I made, she doesn't have you round the corners. She's like, ease it around the corner. And it's like, okay, well, this isn't a corner. It's not a curve to ease it around. It's a corner. So you really do need to, like, I think it's much easier with a curved line there. I think it's important to know, like, she considers a large machine like this, this is not that large. It's, I don't know, medium large, but not massive. And I use like the biggest accommodation for size. Sorry, I'm just pressing this out. Good. Yes, medium. Have fun at tennis. Yeah, we did that in like an hour. Well, I'm not done, but okay, sure. I'm just gonna top stitch around the bottom here. Oh, Stasa, thank you so much. It's so sweet. I'm so excited for your show tonight. I feel like I've been aware of this show for a long time, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just doing like 3/8 of an inch. I don't know why. It's like, oh, it's because it's the edge of my foot right now that I have on. And then I'm going to see how to connect it at the top. Like the tutorial set doesn't have like instructions on how to take some nervous. We got you. Honestly, everyone here is so nice. Yeah, the tutorial doesn't have any information about how to do a lined bag, so we're gonna figure this out together. I was thinking about this today. Like, kindness is such like so on this app. It's like so important. I don't know. Like, it's like a real currency on this app is being kind to each other, which is like so nice. And I feel like my wife's show is like she's one of the nicest people in the world because she is, and she's a therapist, and also I feel like people respond so well to her kindness, and she does a lot of business. Like I feel like we're here to like I don't know, like Logan is obviously the kindest person and like the queen of whatnot, and like I don't know, like it's so interesting to be in a space that like where kindness is like really really valued, where like the rest of the world it feels like that is not the case. That's not the currency that we're moving with in the rest of the world, I feel. So all that is to say, it makes sense that you're nervous, but people are genuinely here to support you. And if you have good fabric, which I'm confident you do, then people are really willing to be patient. I mean, I've just like sat here for over an hour and like made this bag. And everyone's been really nice, and I don't know, like it's just nice. It's just a nice place to be. People are willing to just sit there and watch you for a while. It's like 50 this app is like 50% social, at least. It's such a special place. I don't really understand it, but it really is very special. I was watching a show today where people were selling like hundreds of dollars of cosmetics in a box, and I was like, we have nothing in common, me and this person and the people who are buying these things, but somehow we're still all on the same app, and it's really confusing. All right, I'm gonna put this on my machine and figure it out. The subgroups of sellers is really fast. Like the categories. That's what I'm trying to say. Categories are fascinating. I mean, it definitely fits. It's coming up over here because my cord is pulling it. But it is nerve-wracking to like do this for the first time. But you get the flow of it after after the first like few items you pin, you're like, what is happening? And then you're like, oh, this is regular. You just like learn the rhythm of how to pin things and like run things. It just takes a minute to figure out. I think that looks pretty good. I might just so these aren't like the same exact size because I'm not very consistent in general. Like, yeah, it's just this is just such a fascinating app. Like people who don't even sell are like people I think about you guys and like I don't know, even if you're not selling fabric, I'm like, oh my god, this person. And I like knowing what people like to buy. That's really fun for me. Like I don't know. It's just nice. It's just a nice place to be. I do work in fabric retail, like probably not once a week, like once every other week I work in retail, the retail side. It's going too slow. And then I went too fast. I know, you're like, I'm making people wait around, but that's, what else, I mean, what else are we all doing? Nothing. We're all just sitting on our couches on Whatnot and like maybe watching The Office or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll like wrap this around this one. And like, it's okay not to sell everything. I feel like that was something that really freaked me out. Like, my first show, I had kits available, but I was too afraid to not sell them. And so I didn't even try. And then my second show, I had kits available and I sold a ton. Not a ton, but like for me, selling a couple kits is like a ton. So it's like putting yourself out there a little bit. Yeah, it is addicting, and it's just nice to have the company. It's like QVC for the modern world. That's what my mom says. QVC. My mom would never download this app because she doesn't, I don't know, download apps, but she loves it. She like loves. She she has a very particular taste. She's very particular with her fabric for sure, and she's like a me too. And she's a little bit of a snob about fabric. She's like it's one of the few things she really spends money on. She's a huge Kaffe Fassett girl, and she's like, "Why are people buying such ugly fabric?" I'm like, "Mom, not everyone thinks that this is ugly. Everyone has different tastes." That's what's really interesting to me is like, wow, this taste is really different than anything I know about or considered. All right, I'm gonna just sew around. I pinned the outside, kind of like flapped it over the inside, and I'm just gonna sew like top stitch along here so that it looks a little more finished up here and stays together. I guess, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might rip it out. This is the part where I'm not really sure what's going on. Mega, you have gotten the only sassy tarot card so far. The rest have not had any words on them. It's very funny. Also, if I'd iron this, it would probably be better, but I'm not there today. It could be double-sided. The tarot card? Or my cover. The tarot cards are not double-sided, unfortunately. Maybe I'll just write something fancy on the other ones. I'll pivot here. The tarot. The cover, yes, the cover is double-sided. It's nice. I thought I was going to backstitch. That's right. I have a friend, or I had a friend named Megan, and I always like picture her when you're talking. You have like a really similar voice, and I'm not friends with her anymore, and I really miss her. And he filled this like positive, sassy Megan role in my life recently. It's really nice for me. I thought this was going to be a circle, but it's really a line. So I started in the middle of one, and I'm sewing back down this line. That was silly. Yeah, it's just all these people you just like would never connect with in the outside world, not in the real world, I guess. But this is the real world now. Like, why isn't this the real world? This is as real as anything else. God, this is black, so I don't have to see it. Yes, mine is reversible. Oh, I don't know what now with this top stitching and this being in black. Oh no, okay, the black. Okay, I'll show you in a second. I'm still only top stitching on the black. It's not on the white at all, which is really nice. Because otherwise, my top stitching, I never like bind with my machine. It always looks awful when I bind with my machine. I just can't do it. And I'm a good sewer. Like, I know I'm good at this. I just can't do this one thing. It drives me nuts. So I always end up like hand binding, like tacking down the back of all my quilts, of all my little projects even. Like, I do not think I'm a good binder. And that's fine. I like hand sewing too. And it works out. Just kind of going in. This is like folded down and over. Who knows? Oh. Classic sassy girl psychiatry appointment. Don't sass your psychiatrist too much. I sass my psychiatrist a little bit this week. Have a nice time. See you later. Alright, we're almost there. Love a sassy girl psychiatry appointment. That's the quote of my day. No, it never comes out really good. I'm really happy you have some really good experiences. Mine are just bad. I forget. I'm always honest about that stuff. I think I started off with my Ritalin is always wears off at this point of the day. Okay, yeah, so this is a little bit more finished looking. It looks more finished on the screen. And if that crazy is harmful and if you're getting treated for it, that's really the question. Like, sometimes it's really nice to be really stressed about stuff and it makes you a better worker or something. And then sometimes it's really scary to be really stressed about stuff and it makes you not enjoy your life as much. And that's when you need help. All right. That's my sewing machine cover. It actually looks kind of nice. It looks really nice on camera. It looks okay nice on here. Now I can take it to get serviced, which I am really bad at doing. And I'm going to, yeah, absolutely. Okay. We'll pause for that one. Meds absolutely save a lot of lives. And if you're scared about getting on meds, that absolutely makes sense. And I've had bad experience on meds too, but past summer I was like going through like an OCD crisis, and because I moved into a new house and I thought the house was going to fall down every moment. And if I had not gone on changed my meds, I would have like absolutely lost my mind and like still be living in this world where I think my house is going to fall down on me. So yeah, we're very pro meds here, and my wife's a trauma therapist, so we're all in agreement here. Yeah, we're all pro meds, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh my god. Surgical menopause. I am so, like um the hormonal changes of going through life and getting pregnant is like one of my biggest fears, that it's going to make me more quote unquote crazy than I already am. But like getting pregnant and then menopause, like I know that shit is real. Yeah. Honestly, I was like, well, if I have to go off my meds to have kids, I'm not really sure what I would do, and that's why it's nice that I'm not the only one in this relationship that's going to be pregnant. Better living through chemicals. That's right. The nice type of chemicals. Yeah. Yeah. Seasonal depression. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah. We're all, yeah. If that, even depression can come and go, and it can be based on all sorts of things, but yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah, not to have kids and experience as a pregnant person, but not have kids and also what you might be passing down to your kids. But hopefully you can also pass down a lot of like strength and resilience too. Yeah, that's what my hope is. I just got a lot of dust. Speaking of OCD, I just got like a lot of dust from under this little organizer over here. I gotta throw it away. I'm gonna put a bunch of stamps on this at some point. Yeah, sewing is really, I can't imagine like not having sewing to turn to when I'm feeling like stressed or overwhelmed or bad. It gives you so much like purpose, and oh my god, postpartum. That sounds it. And I was also reading today, this was new to me, that when you're breastfeeding, like this, when you start breastfeeding, your dopamine drops. Like when you sit down and start nursing, your dopamine drops like immediately. Like, and all of a sudden you're like frustrated and like feeling negative feelings. That sounds awful. Oh my god. Super interesting. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to shame other people for what they do to take care of themselves, unless it's harming someone else, obviously. But absolutely. Thank you for this. Was so nice. Oh, I passed on the bad genes. Ugh, that's hard to hear, but like I said, like I hope that also means you can pass on resiliency. Life is calm. Are you going to get off your meds? That's not how it works. Life doesn't get calm when you're mentally ill. It's nice for things to feel calm, and the meds keep it that way, right? Not how it works. Maybe I will throw on a stamp just to get this. Make me feel nice about this. That is a dopamine hit. It's putting stamps on stuff for sure. Oh my god. I didn't share a bunch of other stuff I bought. Do you guys know about this Oh Lucky Lucky line? Yeah, if they're working, I'm not messing it up. Look at these freaking sardines. They're so cute. This is stash stuff I just bought recently. I'm looking for my stamps and I found these instead. This cheater. So cute. Ruby Stars, Oh Lucky Lucky. And then Alice in Glass came out with this These stamps. Look at these stamps from Alison Glass. She took my idea. Just kidding. I took everyone else's idea. But these are so cute. This I just stashed up this week. And Ruby Star also has starry webbing right now. So cute. How's that for your dopamine, you guys? It's great. Where are my actual stamps? Okay. Oh yeah. Throw a sugar skull on here. About ADHD and autism. She said it sounds like it's depression. Yeah. That's what she's been like taught is that's what that is, right? Like you're just I don't know if you identify as a woman, but someone maybe perceived as a woman and experiencing any feelings or any experience in the world, and all of a sudden it's just depression. I'm putting some stamps on here. Here, I'll run a Give You for mental health awareness. This is the mental health awareness Give You. You can pick stamps or a zipper pull now that I've located my stamps. This one's from the Neil Alison Glass line. Yeah. More people are than they think, I think. It's absolute. This house, not taboo. I feel like it's all we talk about. My kids are going to be like, stop talking about my mental health. Oh, I already have that one out. Okay, cool. Mental health awareness Give You. I'm putting some stamps on here for my mental health. If you have gotten stamps, we'll talk about this. If you've gotten any stamps from any of my Gibbies, let's show you how to time bend over. You can put them on anything that's fabric. And I'm neurodivergent. Yeah, this is my chicken shirt in honor of chickens. Can you see this one? There. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I have a little Foxy. We love your stamps. Is that your daughter who said that someone commented that it was like my daughter never likes anything I buy. That was really cute. Teenagers don't think anything is cool, and that's absolutely fine. Yes, it was mine. That really made my day. I never try to seem cool to teenagers, and when it happens, it's like, wow. And it's also none of my business what they think of me. I'll keep you guys updated on how many stamps I have on this little guy. But we're going to start with 5. I got a whole bunch of new t-shirts for the summer. One of them is chickens. One of them's frog and toad. Also good for the dopamine. I'm just going to hit this with the iron really quick. 19 is a tough age to be. All sorts of like becoming an adult feelings. Every age is a tough age to be. And these are on. This one, it's a little second. Okie dokie. How cute is that? Can stop the chiropractic treatment. No, I got it just off the internet. I don't buy a lot of clothes, and so I know like fast fashion is bad, but my like utilization of fast fabric. Have a good night, Crimson. Thanks for popping in. It's really sweet of you. So I did get a couple fast fashion shirts, but so these are the beginning of my stamps on here. I'm thrilled. I think this is really cute. Good night, sewing machine. I'm really happy everyone came in. Basically, all my 20s are extremely. Yeah. Again, hormones. Jesus. Talk about hormones. What a hormonal time to be alive. Like, of course, like being 13 and stuff is like, but then now you're like, I don't know. I feel like it's a big time for hormones then. I want to run kits for my next show just because I made them with this new big bag of you know what. I know. I'm going to run the kits that are using this line, Legendary Love. just because they're really pretty. We have, when the kits, you'll get everything you need to make this pouch, and then we're gonna run this pouch tutorial again. Not again. Running this pouch tutorial next week. You get all the little squares. You get the interfacing to make the squares with. You get a little zippy. So we have the little the things that come in the pack. So cute. Oh, good. I'm glad you got your kits in time. I'll get these shipped out tomorrow morning, so hopefully they'll come in time. And then if not, the tutorial will be on the old YT. Little burbs. So cute. I'll run. There's got a green one. I have a couple GC too. I'll do those after if anyone's still interested. That's GC. These are my charms. Oh my gosh, the Gibby's gonna pull. Blue one. So much to create. What would you like for a bag charm? It's just time for bag charms. Since we'll be doing all bags. We have 2 blues and a green. Do you want to do a tarot or do you want to do a fruit? And by tarot, I mean something else. I don't know what I mean. Magic rectangle card. Okay, I'm going to do a full random pull. So I'm just going to grab one. Oh, this one's a little odd. This one's a little banged up. I don't want that one. I feel like you're a nice person, like a kind person, and you should get something that's kind. Random is too much for me. These random ones are not making me feel really excited for you. Okay, I really like this mood one. This is one of my faves. It's got little moons on it. Cute. I feel like I'm getting your vibe a little bit. I'm gonna run these kits really quick. So it's everything you need to make this little bag, this little pouch. I'm just gonna run them at $5. Winner's choice. Auction. I'm gonna pin it. We'll just do this. Not 30 seconds. That's crazy. All right, and no pressure at all. They're fun to make. So, and we have these 2 blue ones and a green one. And then if you're interested, we also have juicy ones. So I think the blue ones are pretty. Oh, you know what? There's a slight difference between the blue ones. One of them has. Do they both have blue binding? One of them has all. Nope. There's yes. There's a small difference. Desherie, do you want the only difference between these blue ones is that one of them, there's 4 binding strips in each one. So you can have this be a contrast with green or have it be blue. That's it. That's the only difference. So blue on blue or blue on green. And I know you want blue main. Blue on blue. Cool. That's the blue on blue one. I have stickers here somewhere. Guys, it's a lot of stuff when you are not just doing fabric. You gotta find your pens and everything. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. All right, find my stickies. I'm gonna use tape. We're gonna call this number 1. I'll run the other 2. Nope, the wrong way. I'm gonna run the other 2. Anyone's interested? No pressure at all. We have the blue and then the green. Electric Disco. Do you want blue lining or green lining? 2. We'll run the last blue one. Anyone's interested? No big deal. And if this is not your vibe, which does not have to be. Oh, Mega, nice. Number 3. 3, you got the blue lining, Mega. Thank you very much. Bid during your psychiatry appointment. I will have kits for the vinyl pouch. I'll give you a little. Okay, so I got this from Crimson, actually. This is what I want to do. I got this from Crimson, and this is vinyl. It's Alexander Henry, it's hot sauce, and it's vinyl, and it is so cute. Many more with the one I made. And so I want to do this and then another piece of maybe some like Alexander Henry girls on the back. But absolutely, we can kit up whatever you want. And you can also get a kit and then decide to use whatever fabric you want with it. Here, let me grab it. And I'll be kitting up this for, I'll have kits for at the next show. And if you want to use the Disney fabric, I'm happy to throw some kits together with that. That's fun. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, absolutely, Stasa. I'm really excited for your show tonight. Everyone follow Stasa. I do have kits with Juicy. Juicy's been around for a while, but if you're interested in not cutting something for a kit, we have like an orange-pink colorway. We have a blue colorway. Yeah, follow Stasa for a fun show tonight. I made sure everyone got a good juice box in there. This one's like blue and pink. Get your little zippy. And then one more. This one's more pink. It's like a peachier situation here. That's better. I don't think I had a really good view there. So this is a little, these little 2.5-inch squares. So we have two of them. I put a little piece of salvage in, and it's iron on. So you can shove it inside, put it on the outside, wherever you want. That one's iron on too. So we have orange and white, blue. I guess let's call this one orange and this one blue and this one pink. If anyone's interested, I'm just gonna run them. So it's everything to make this little baggie. And I know folks are return people and have already bought kits, so don't worry about it if you're not interested. I will be happy to make juicy bags, that's for sure. And I'll probably also run kits at the show because there'll be new people. Cool. Oh, I'm really glad so much, Secret, that you really like the Dumbo fabric. I will absolutely put together a kit like that for you. I think I'll just put together a bunch of different ones since it's, just for fun. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I'll get these kits out so that everyone can get their ish together for the next tutorial. So thank you. I'll post the YouTube link on Instagram if that works out. All right, thanks everyone. Let's see what we can read into. Have a nice night, everybody. Create a raid. Doesn't want me to create a raid there. I think I have to do it here. More. Create a raid. Raid. Shortcake's on. Nice. All right, see ya.